Short, I've done these, every few weeks now for the past month or so. Yes! Yes! They're excited too. They're possibly the same energy as Brian. So we're here obviously this morning to congratulate and honor Brian Kramer on his retirement from his position here on the Ventura Fire family. This is the formal part, so I'll get this part done first.
Okay, yeah, I'll do the formal
You have a plaque from the city that has your dates of service that you can put up on the I Love Brian wall.
I didn't get a plaque, Brian.
You have a certificate that goes with it that you can put up on the I Love Brian wall. But most importantly, you get your get out of jail free card, which is your retirement wallet badge with the coolest thing that says retired. After doing a tremendous amount of work on this department, I said it about the Toms, I'll say it about you. You are truly an icon. I think everybody on the whole department has a story or many about you. You are a family man down to the core. It's okay, don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
That happens. It's the retired guys, they don't give a shit. But my memory of Brian, my first memory was right here, probably with the same carpet. In this room with Captain Matt Brock. Yep. And I was driving, and Brian was our firefighter, and yep. We had a hell of a time here.
We've come full circle.
We've come full circle.
I appreciate that.
We laughed tremendously. Brian's first meal has been my career story. Was when Brian goes, "I'm going to cook for you guys," and Matt and I went, "Great." And so he goes, "I'll cook next shift." We said, "Great, perfect for a rookie. You've got to know how to cook." And Brian comes in, I think. Julie with like six. What's the best one? It's lasted your whole career. He shows up with 6 paper grocery bags full, and we're like, "God, dude, there's only 3 of us. What are you gonna cook?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a green bean casserole, right?" And he goes, "I'm gonna make this and I'm gonna make that." We're like, "Simple." We're like, "Okay, great." But then he gets there and he goes, "Make sure you put it all down just like that," because we're helping him bring the bags in. We're like, why is he being so neurotic? So we set everything down, and he starts taking stuff out one by one, very carefully in order across the thing, and we look. Everything's pre-packaged.
Sticky notes
and
on everything.
And there's a sticky note numbered on every container.
38 minutes, 350.
And Julie had written down directions. Open this first. And it's open this, and it says turn on oven to 350. And so he's like, okay, then he comes back and he goes, note number 2, remove beans from cans. Okay, get the beans out.
In my defense, when you grew up in the Midwest on a farm, the men don't cook. The wives and the ladies cook, okay? But I'm sorry to be sexist, that's just the way it is. I didn't grow up cooking, okay? So then I come to California, and it's a whole new ballgame out here. So these guys have all been trying to teach me to cook for 22 years. I still really haven't learned. I do know white chicken chili, lasagna, and I can cook steaks and stuff. That's about it.
Barbecue is
That's
good.
about as good as I ever got. So there you go.
But it was your recipe was phenomenal.
Thank you, Julie.
And dinner was great. But and then it just went from there. It went from there. Matt and I remember Brian was nervous answering the station phone.
I was nervous doing the flag,
and the phone would ring, you know, and most of us would pick up whatever it was. They'd be like, "Station 1 and Dia, may I help you?" Right? Or "Station 1 and Dia," whatever. Yeah. And Brian couldn't choose what he wanted to say.
I had many different
so
openings.
Matt and I would be sitting here and the phone would ring. And he'd run over, he'd go, "Good morning, this is Ventura, Station 1, I'm Brian, is there anything I can do for you?"
Finally Matt goes, "Stop! Stop the madness, here's how you do it."
Then he showed him, and then the next one he picked it up and he goes, "Station 1, my name is Brian, what can I do for you?" I mean,
we're on my station 3, no, I'm sorry.
We're like, the station and your name. The station and your name. You're good. They'll talk next.
That's why I have a lot of empathy for the new guys. The new guys that are nervous, I feel for them because I was that guy.
And Matt and I were laughing because he goes, "Well, I'm just really nervous." And I'm like, if you're nervous with me and Matt, you're going to have really big issues, man. Because there are some people that still work here that are a lot worse than us.
I want to segue into that because thank the Lord that they gave me Matt and Dave as my first captain and engineer, because they really helped me out. They encouraged me, they calmed me down. And so did Chief Hill over there. A lot of encouragement. In fact, all the guys are here except Brock, Captain Hoffman, Lou Manzano in the academy, he says, failure is not an option. Make it through each day. Just get through the day. Failure is not an option. Make them fire you. You're not quitting. So there you go. And they almost
And that
did.
made him nervous.
And then it made me nervous. They almost did, but I made it. Here I am 22 years later. Yeah, exactly. You are not walking out. Make them fire you. They almost did, but no, I made it. But I do want to thank you for all of that and for the 22 years and your mentorship and just how you do always talk about fire family. Some guys make fun of that, but it's true. We live together, we work together, we spend a third of our lives here. So thank you for all you did, just helping me out in the beginning when I was such a nervous Nelly. I remember another funny story is we used to have Thomas guides. There was no Google Maps. There's no getting on your phone. So we had to go I had to take a vehicle from I was taking a vehicle from station 3 to station 6, and I'm like, do I take telephone or telegraph? Is it Satacor or Wells? I didn't, and I'm trying to, as I'm driving, I'm flipping through pages. I'm like, Matt and I are going to make fun of me if I don't know how to get to station 6 right now. So I'm flipping through and I'm turning the wrong way and I'm lost. And it was embarrassing, but anyway, a lot of embarrassing moments my first couple of years, probably throughout my career. But anyway,
But we had a great time.
We had fun.
Yeah, and your energy and your
Yeah.
smile and your laughing and your positivity is what gets us through shifts.
Yep.
So congratulations, thank you. The community thanks you, and genuinely,
Thank
you had some of the best stories of my career when we were here.
Or at
We
station
had
5.
fun. Or at or 5.
Five.
Yes.
We continue
What
on.
happens at 5 stays at 5.
Yeah, we don't talk about 5.
First rule of Station 5: you don't talk about Station
No,
5.
I just did want to say, first of all, I want to thank my wife, Julie, for just being the backbone of our family when I was. And she's our bookkeeper. She's our union bookkeeper for the last how many years?
Since 2008.
2008. So, maybe that 20, 15 years. 15 years. She's been our bookkeeper. Oh, Chief Hansen. There's another one of my mentors. So it's funny because I started at Station 1 with Brock and Andia, Station 2, Hansen, 3 with Vern, and Tony, and Heidi, 4 with Weens and Abel. And then finally Gedney grabbed me one day after being there a year and a half and go, you're going to Station 5. There you go. So there you go with the Wolves. And I made it through Station 5. I loved it so much. I stayed there 8. Oh, this is for me. I got to shut up for a second.
That's why you did
Now
it.
everyone's going to be texting me.
The Ventura Fire Department and the citizens of the city of Ventura would like to thank you, Engineer Brian Kremer, for your 22 years of dedicated service. Enjoy your retirement.
Take my phone because it's just going to blow up. I don't have Facebook. There you go. Yeah, I want to thank Julie and my family because you are gone a lot. You miss birthdays and all that. You talk about that at every ceremony, how we miss, birthday parties, anniversaries, all that kind of stuff. So thank you for raising the kids and being there 24/7. Then I come home and interrupt the program half the time, and you're like, when are you going back to? That's not. I am worried about in retirement. When are you going back to work after 4 days? So I got to stay busy. I got to figure out what to do in retirement. I can't just sit around and bug Julie all day. So anyway,
Yeah, you actually can.
I guess I can ask Dave about that, or Tom. So. Yeah. So, no, I do want to go back in all seriousness. That was a hard time, that 2001, because I lost both my parents. 9/11 happened. There was just a lot going on that year. Married, new kid, changing jobs. It was a hard time. So you guys brought me through that. So thank you. I don't want to get choked up here, but. I was talking to Chief Amici a few weeks ago, and he said when he retired from the county, he goes, I realized it's all about relationships, when he looks back at his career. And that's true for us, it's like we try to get along with each other because as time goes by and you're done. So, but relationships with the public, with each other, with chiefs, with the city, with Chris, whoever you're in contact with, it takes a team effort to get a lot done on a call or in the station. You have to be a team. So don't have bitterness. And we've had people in the past don't even talk to each other. So it's sad. But I'm sorry, I'm joking now. I'm done. That's about
One
it.
thing you won't have to do, Brian, is 28 evacuate.
That's right. Yeah, and if you guys go out on wildland, it's all about the wind. I don't care about slope, aspect, time of day, humidity. If it's 28, you evacuate, you run. If it's windy, that's when guys get in trouble. I know that Mr. Wildland's going to make fun of me for this, but it's windy, that's when you get in trouble.
That was the biggest hug. That was the biggest hug I ever got from you.
Oh, that's right.
Was in Jesucita.
Yep.
And Doug was there
Yep.
with Ryan Smith and
Yeah,
Brian.
Brian. Oh.
And I was the strike team leader trainee with McPherson. We were up at Jesucita, and it was when the county boys got burned over,
Yep.
just north of where we were. We heard them getting burned over in Jesucita, and we were one street down, but we were all down the street, split up, and 5 got separated up at the top. We were in radio communication with them, but it just was the most uncomfortable feeling I ever had as a strike team leader, knowing those 3 guys were up there, and I knew the conditions up there, and I knew what the house looked like up there. And man,
Yeah.
it was like a movie when that engine came down through the smoke, and it came
Liza
through,
remembers. Oh, yeah.
and they busted through, and I remember the back door open, and this guy was like, "Ah!"
Never
And he gave me the
Yeah.
biggest hug, man. It
And
was
Chief
like,
McPherson, he never hugs anybody, right?
Yeah.
McPherson hugged me, and then
I
Dinah
think you
hugged me.
picked
All of us.
McPherson up. These
Yeah.
guys were like, it was the biggest
We
hug
were
you
happy to
could
be
have ever
alive.
got.
They were happy to see us. We found out later that most of Santa Barbara went back and hid in their stations, but we were up there.
Yeah.
Saved
Yeah.
them out. But that was a scary moment, and you know, we came through it. And that's part of your career. You're gonna deal with every human emotion in this career.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
guys,
talking
make
to guys-
sure that if you are ever in that situation, that you wait until you're down the hill before you call your wife.
I got a good version of this story. So
Yeah, you were there.
we're backed in. We're on the top of a cul-de-sac. We get encircled by fire on every single element. We are on air, fighting fire,
Because we couldn't
and,
breathe.
like, making sure that the engine doesn't catch on fire, and we're right, like, kind of tucked in. We have theoretically, like, every element or everything that you could think of to, like, have survival, we did. Like, we were, like, inside the cab. We're like, hey, pull your SCBAs out. If we start getting overtaken, the engine catches on fire, we're jumping out the side, we got our turnouts on. We have full turnouts on.
Yeah.
And we are gonna just ride this out. We're gonna be on air, we're gonna just let it go over us, we're gonna be fine, you know, like whatever. And it is so gnarly at this point, because you can see nothing. The engine is like as high as pitch it can
Alarms are
be,
going off.
because we want the engine to continue to run.
Yeah.
But we can't drive down this tiny little driveway because there's just absolutely nothing to see. And so Brian looks over and goes, "So, Cap, can we say a prayer?" And I go, and everybody who knows Brian, he's a man of faith, and I looked at him, I go, "It can't hurt. Let's."
And I just said, Lord, we all three of us have a different idea of what to do to survive. Just help us to get through this. And I go, I don't know what the answer is. I go, I'm not sure what the answer is. And right then I did have this moment of peace, like peaceful feeling, even though the radio was going nuts on the 54 guys. I go, and then I looked at Doug, I go, it's gonna be all right. God told me we're gonna be fine. Whatever. And it's like, and then within like,
And I swear to
it's
God,
like
like
the
2 minutes
the
before
smoke
after
parted.
that, we got like a little break
Yep.
in the smoke. We're like, let's just
What?
creep down. Let's just
Creep
go
down.
slow.
Creep
Like 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
That's it. We're gonna go down the hill. And meanwhile, but
Everything's sort of
Brian's
cleared
in the
up.
back. He's
I'm
like,
like-
"Oh, this is a shitstorm."
Yeah, it was like, we're gonna,
Yeah.
yeah. That was something, but God took care of us. He brought us through the storm. We had these guys, and we
But
made
the
it
phone
back.
call that I got is, "Oh my gosh, we almost just died." And I said, "Are you out of
See
danger?"
that?
And he says, "No." I'm like, "Why are you calling me?"
I had to bring her in on the action. That was probably another mistake I made.
Okay, just wanted to let you know. Bye.
We're fine. No, but we made it, and then we made it down the hill, and the Santa Paula guys had backed into a fence, and then the guys from Oxnard were throwing like packets of gunpowder over the edge, and it was blowing up. It was just like, it was quite a day. It was quite a day. But I was just getting back to what I was saying earlier, as I was thinking last night, this job will take you through every human emotion. Laughter, crying, mad, sad. Now, I guess every job does that, right? But especially this job because you're living with these guys. Not many where you're actually on the edge of death. But the other thing I wanted to say is yesterday, where's Ben and Elliot? Thank you guys for cooking breakfast today too. But yesterday we had the opportunity, they were doing the carpet, so we Ben said, "What do you want to do today, Brian?" I go, "Let's go to the beach. Let's go work out at the beach, or at least walk. We're not really working out." So we're walking. This guy, and of course, this guy goes, "Why aren't you running? You know, aren't you guys gonna run?" I'm like, his knees are shot. I'm old, whatever. But
We'll save you.
But luckily,
we'll save you.
Elliot sprinted, and he sprinted back and forth, so he saved us a little bit. So and then we did do 10 push-ups in the grass. Or how many did you do? 20? Okay, I did 10, whatever. But anyway, but we had yesterday, for whatever reason, people kept coming up to us and going, "Thank you guys for what you do. Thank you for your service." Like, it happened like 4 times yesterday. And then we go to Anchor's Way, and this lady goes, "Thank you guys for being here. You guys come here all the time." I go, "Well, not us, Station Institute does, but we're here." And she goes, "It makes the citizens of Ventura, or our community, Anchor's Way, feel better, especially the widows and people that their spouses have died. It makes us feel so much better knowing you guys are right here. They can respond and be here at our whatever our needs are." So she just like went on and thanked Ben and the crew and everything like that. And that just told me that, yeah, we go on a lot of useless calls, because I looked in the logbooks from the 30s and 40s. The captain would write useless call, drunkard, lunatic on the loose. Like, these calls aren't changing. They're the same. Yeah, that was over. I had to read like 10 books to get all that. No, it's happening more now, but the calls aren't going to change. We're going to go on the same types of calls. But I was thinking, even if what we think is a useless call, it might be someone next door hearing us, knowing we're there for somebody else, and just making them feel better. So that was kind of a neat, thing to think about. Like, and I know you preach this to the guys all the time. Like, yeah, it matters. Like, some of our calls, it doesn't seem like it matters. Some of them seem like they don't, but to somebody it does. I don't know what the answers are to reduce the call volume, but that's a mystery we're all working on. But anyway, here we are. I just talked to my wife's cousin, works for Santa Monica, and he goes, every year we're adding 1,000 homeless people and 1,000 calls to our department. So it's not just Ventura City, it's everywhere. So hang in there, guys. I'm passing the baton. Whatever. I'm out. Throw the grenades. No, but the good thing is 13. No, I was saying in all seriousness too. Like, in 20 years, we've always talked about Station 7. We're getting Station 7. 20-some years ago, Rennie said we're getting Station 7. Larry said we're getting. All these guys. It's finally happening. We have a grant for 13 people. So I want to say the department, I feel, is moving in a good direction. And I don't know how this is going to play out with squads and trucks and everything, but it's going to help the guys a lot. So I appreciate what management and union, Graham's not here, but things are moving in the right direction. So that's kind of why I didn't do it. So that's it. That's my speech. Sorry I went so long. And I love working with all you guys. I'm going to miss you. Phone call away. So I'll start hooking up with the retired guys here pretty soon. Going to breakfast, talking about the good old days. Talk about the good old days. Yeah, I'll come back for one day. None of this matters. It's all about the win. 28 evacuate, 10s and 18s add them up. Forget all the time. That was our thing. That's funny. He's taught that to Sam now on the hand crew. Yep, you got to get out of here. All right. Thanks, Tom.
I had the great pleasure of working with Brian at the very end of my career, and it's, if anybody's worked with him, everybody here has. It's the best. He comes to work every day exactly like he is right now. Happy, ready to work, wants to help. So if you didn't get a chance to work with Brian, you missed out. It's awesome.
I wish I could say that about going home after I'm tired.
I'll hit you up for breakfast.
Thank you. Yeah, hit me up for breakfast. Thanks, Tom. All right, carry on as you're working. Thank you for coming to my breakfast.
Congratulations.